Welcome to Coruzant Technologies, home of the Digital Executive Podcast.
Welcome to the Digital Executive. Today's guest is Tony Agresta. Tony Agresta is the Executive Vice President, U.S. Sales at Nearmap. He has an extensive experience in sales, marketing, product management, and operations for technology companies focused on analytics, marketing automation, and mapping. At Nearmap, he has led U.S. marketing, product management, and sales for North America. Well, good afternoon, Tony. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Absolutely, Tony. I appreciate you jumping on. And like I said, we're doing some podcasting today, and I get to meet a ton of new people. So I'm totally excited. And we're going to jump right into these questions to start digging into kind of your career and what you're doing there with Nearmap. So, Tony, you've got quite the career in leadership, operations, marketing, and now you're the executive vice president of sales at Nearmap. Could you share with our audience the secret to your career growth and what inspires you?
Yeah, I was thinking a little bit about that today because I've had a few different positions here, leading marketing, leading product, and now leading U.S. sales. It kind of boils down to three things, really: developing teams, accountability, and really this passion for what you do. So on the team development side, it's really the ability to work well with people. And that's at all levels, not just your direct reports, because let's face it, when senior management or anyone else in the company picks up the phone and gives a call to a marketing person or somebody that's in your sales organization or operations, and they identify with them, they feel appreciated. So it's the ability to really connect with them. The second thing is accountability. That, sales are accountable. It's all measured based on numbers and performance, and it's everything from leads through, closed deals. But we like it when other parts of the organization are also accountable, and we try and drive ourselves to hit our numbers and our targets. And so, that's a really, really important part of what we do, and we've got to do that in a way that works for everyone. The last one is just a passion for what you do. If you don't have a passion and desire, if you don't feel really strongly about what you do, it's hard to succeed. And throughout my career, I've been involved with technologies I really love. So analytics technology, marketing automation technologies, and now mapping. And, these are high profile technologies that make a real difference for our customers. So those are the three things that I think tie together success, regardless of who you're managing or what department you're working in.
I appreciate the share, Tony. And that's great. That's some great nuggets, some insights for those listening to the show. And again, your plethora of experience across different backgrounds and verticals has certainly contributed to your success. And so we appreciate the share on that. So let's talk a little bit about the pandemic, Tony. Now that it's starting to lift, what are your plans for growth going forward? And will it be any different than the last 14 months?
Yeah, so interestingly enough, with respect to the pandemic, we did not see a slowdown in our business. And that's primarily because our technology was needed even during the pandemic. In fact, in many cases, more so. Because people couldn't travel, they couldn't go on site, they needed instant access to aerial maps, and they could do that from the comfort of their home or any business environment that they were going in. But your point's a good point. How do we not only continue that growth, accelerate it? And the focus really for Nearmap is on verticals. Our sales teams are verticalized. We're aligning with product marketing, and marketing, again, across the same lines. What does that really mean? It means we're focusing. It means that we're solving challenging problems in specific markets like government, insurance, engineering, roofing, construction. We understand the domain well, and we operate in the form of teams or pods where everybody inside of it operates in the same way. And the other thing we're doing is, we're expanding our sales and sales engineering teams. We didn't have much of a slowdown. We see an opportunity, though, for hyper growth, and so we're adding key people. And we're doing that in concert with expanding our coverage. In our world, coverage is king. So the more area we cover, the more photographs we take, the more 3D we create, the more, we don't want to get too technical, but digital surface models we create, the more we can sell, the more we can service our customers. So we are expanding. That applies to our partners as well, how we work with our partners. So those are some of the things that we're doing. A lot more than that, but that's what comes to top of mind.
Great. Thank you for sharing. And I like the the fact that you all were able to do some pivoting and shifting to ensure that your business did survive and did well during the pandemic. So appreciate the share again on that, Tony. So switching gears, Tony, this is a technology platform, and you're obviously leveraging some new and emerging technologies within your tech stack. Is there anything specific you can share with our audience today?
Yeah, sure. There's been an evolution in the aerial imagery space. And again, we take photographs from planes. We capture, manage, and deliver that photography in different ways to produce high resolution aerial maps. And we do that, faster and in a more optimized way than anybody. What's happened in this marketplace is it's grown and developed from vertical imagery, which is top-down imagery. You just take a, straight top-down view, to panoramic imagery and oblique imagery where you get an angled perspective and you can see height associated with buildings and residences, to 3D where you interact with the imagery in a photorealistic way and you can begin to navigate through the landscape, look at the roof, but look at the ground and literally just navigate through it with your mouse. But the groundbreaking that's taken place recently within the last 12 months, which is really interesting, is artificial intelligence. Because the imagery is so high resolution, you're able to use artificial intelligence and models, machine learning, to figure out attributes about properties and the landscape. What type of roof is it? Is there a swimming pool? Is the vegetation high, medium, and low? What does the building footprint look like? All these attributes, the number of stories in a building, all of these attributes come out in the form of artificial intelligence, which is delivered through our map browser product. But like everything else that we do, could be delivered offline as well. That's the groundbreaking technology that we've implemented because it scales across the entire imagery footprint. You can determine all of these attributes, hardscapes, asphalt, pavement, all of this, you can do it across the entire footprint and make it instantly accessible.
I love that. And working with aerial imagery, I've got some background on that as well, working in public sector. And, I thought at the time it was doing some pretty amazing things, but you guys are obviously taking that to the next level with your product and platform. So appreciate the share on that, Tony. And Tony, last question. The audience wants to know a little bit more about you. Could you share something from your career experience that might be helpful for those looking to grow their career in leadership or marketing?
Yeah, so I think the thing that I learned early on in my career was managing using programs. And what I mean by that is, we all have goals. We can all define those goals. We can build plans that are designed to reach the goals. You've got to have some detail behind them. You have to have a systematic program, whether or not it's increasing demand or driving sales or hiring or training people and getting them up to speed or winning in a competitive market. There's got to be some detail, some definition around it. And typically that's always managed in the form of some repeatable, sustainable program that's got timeframes associated with it. You're measuring to those timeframes, and that's the way the software business has been built, right? It's all, if you get back to the essence of it, it's about releases and new product. But really that whole concept of managing to those releases relates to everything you do, hitting sales targets, hitting marketing targets, hitting operational targets, hiring, the entire thing. And so you have to manage that. Otherwise, time just passes you by and, the competitors will as well.
I appreciate you sharing, and you're absolutely right. You can't stay stagnant. You always got to be reinventing and changing the game so that you can stay on, keep that competitive edge and stay in the game. So Tony, I really do appreciate that. And it was a pleasure having you on today. And I look forward to speaking with you real soon.
Thanks a lot. It was nice talking to you.
Bye for now.